Pisces, how you going, guys? Merry Christmas to you. So that is my favourite drink. I don't have it too much, but because it's very fattening. But BMW, right? You ever had one of those? BMW. It's not got Malibu, but Bailey's of whiskey. One of my favourite Christmas. Well, one of my favourite drinks. Okay. So let's see. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. So this is basically just energy around you at the moment, okay? But we'll just have an experiment, thoughts and feelings, issues to maybe work through, okay? But Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. What can you tell me about Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus? Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. Too many. Very soon. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising on Venus. So we've got release your ex. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. Well, the energy is always good anyway, you know, because you have to clear your energy from past life regression. But you have to let go. You have to realise to let go of things. Sometimes we hold on to blame. Okay, blame is not the best way, especially through family issues. I don't know if you're experiencing the same things as I am, Pisces, but, you know, that can also be that. So you have to clear your energy. If it's to do with control and narcissism and things, you know, I've been speaking to some people in the comments, you know, it's you can't change an outcome of someone that's controlling and narcissistic. That's just their written path of what they have learned or what they will learn, you know, through theirs when you release them, because it's about independence, right? It's that you know, you can't show or be there for someone to become independent. You have to not be there for them to be independent, basically. So, you know, clearing your energy is also healing, chakra healing, meditation, feeling more relaxed, you know, sage, all that kind of stuff, if that's what you believe in, crystals, you know. But let's see. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. Or it can just mean that someone that you've got to let go. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. Pisces. Calling in your soulmate. Okay, so some people are probably stuck on the past. Some people can't let go. But when you call in your soulmate, you meet at face value. Okay. I mean, it says your prayers, affirmations, visualizations help bring things closer together and retreat. Okay. But you see, when you're stuck in karma, if you're stuck in the past, obviously the past is the past, and that's why it's called the past. So within the Five of Cups, the future's not written. The future is written, but you can't see it because you're not awakened to the future, because you can't turn around and create the future, because you create your own, believe it or not. Okay, that's why it's law of attraction. When you don't try to control things and you release things, that's when law of attraction naturally starts to happen then, because you have dropped controlling issues. Okay, so when you relate that to drugs and universal energy or anything codependent, you're codependent on something that's using you as a guinea pig, like a chrysalis, to guide you to, say, detox, say, or anything like that. And then when you detox, that's when the hard work begins then, and that's when you become independent. You become independent of that controlling substance. So you've released it, basically. So once you've released it, the hard work then starts on your own as an independent person and being, of not being codependent. Okay. So when you relate this to love and money and everything, it calls in the thing or person that you're supposed to be with, because you're not controlling them and they're not controlling you, and it flows freely through you as an energy current. Okay, so then you call in the person that you're really supposed to be with, because like a drug, it cocoons you around confusion and illusion, and you lose control, okay, of yourself. So once you've pulled yourself together and you're fully aware of yourself and where you literally are, you call things into your natural state of being, which is your vibration. Your vibration, when it's high and you have a vitality of life, it calls it in because you have enough self-respect and worth for yourself in order to create whatever it is that you want, because you start to manifest, you see. So people that go through an extreme amounts of pain, when you drop all that, you go on your ascension path of where you're supposed to be. Okay, some people, they live with that, they kind of live within that for a very long time, but then when you learn through that as a mirror flip, and then you call in the true person that you are supposed to be, you then have retreat. So you can be retreating with someone, you can spend some family time together, or it's time to disconnect from the world, meaning it's time to disconnect from overanalyzing, overthinking, over worrying, over stressing, you know, as a reflection through that. It's very stressful, okay? But when you learn through that, it mirrors itself through, you learn to retreat, which means that you're not trying to control an outcome. So then it comes to you as it comes to them, as a soulmate kind of thing, because you meet each other at face value of energy. The energy that's picked up between that is where things start to come more into fruition. But it depends on where you are within your ascension path, Pisces. But let's have a look. Release your ex. Can you tell me more about release your ex? Release your ex. It's time has come to clear your energy. Release your ex. Release your ex. Tell me more about that, please. Clarify. Release your ex. Release your ex. Okay. So I'm not going to take that. I'm going to take that one, which is, can be, see, I class that as an energy thief, really. Sorry, but I've got a few cards upside down now. Release your ex, that can be, see, I class that as a narcissist card in a way. You know, that's someone that comes in and steals something really quickly, but it leaves as soon as it lands, because it doesn't land. It doesn't leave and it doesn't land. It's leaping. It's like a leaping energy. It kind of leaves you feeling kind of like that, really. You know. So that's, well, I mean, that is my narcissist. That's kind of like, and then you've got like heartache, betrayal. Can you tell me more about the Knight of Wands? Knight of Wands, the Knight of Wands. Feeling left out in the cold. Knight of Wands, Knight of Wands, please. Knight of Wands, please. Knight of Wands, Knight of Wands. See, because that's an energy that comes through, that travels through you, that drains you, basically. So when you look at that, it's a draining energy, right? And yeah, you see, that's what happens. You see, it comes in and it flows through you to steal something in order to make you feel like drained. But what drains you builds you up, or supposed to, or them. This is mirror flip, either. But it leads people into illusion, karmic illusion. This is karma. Okay, this is decision. It's because when you surround someone with so much confusion and illusion, okay, it leaves you in a blind state of mind, because everything then is created by the mind, because it's narcissism, you know. Let's have a look more at the calling in your soulmate, calling in your soulmate, calling in your soulmate. I don't like doing this one, Pisces. I'm trying to get through this one real quick because I hate reading my own signs, so I do apologise, guys. I don't like looking into my own stuff. I don't. I believe you create your own future. You know, but hey ho, so we're going with it. But this is, I mean, this can relate to your chart. But in my third house, I have second house, I have Sagittarius. Okay, but this is like leadership. It's kind of like calling in soulmate. So what I was saying, it's like universal energy when you have the connection to the higher mind, like Sagittarius. Okay, so Jupiter, which is the ancient ruler of Pisces. Okay, but with there, it's transmutable. So same as Sagittarius, you can transmute and transform yourself into this energy. When we have this energy, we have great connection with the higher mind. Okay, So we morph basically into someone else. We morph our energy in order to give it back as wisdom. So then we learn to become a guide, which this is kind of a guide. Okay, so you could be guiding yourself, or a guide could be teaching you, or it's guiding yourself through learning, through transmission of energy. Okay, transmission of energy through you and a soulmate, a true one. The transmission of powerful energy that's created from the stomach and the higher mind. It creates that flow of motion. Okay, and then maybe so someone could be speaking the truth or wanting the truth. Okay, can you tell me more about the Queen of Wands? Queen of Wands. I do apologise if this reading is shit, Pisces. I don't like kind of reading my own stuff. We've got cards flying everywhere. Okay, so the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. Okay, so feeling defensive. Someone feels defensive. Okay, so once narcissism has been underhanding people, okay, because it's about trust issues, right? It's about trust issues. People that have had so much control in their lives, and trust me, I've had shitloads, that when you have control in your lives and you've been controlled and controlled and controlled, you lose trust, okay? When you lose trust, it's because you've been controlled that you need to gain clarity back of your mind, okay? So it's but the one thing that you can always learn to trust is yourself, okay? Yourself, okay? So let's have a look more at that. The Nine of Wands. I mean, defenses are only built up because of the past. That's why people can't trust, because they always think, well, is this person going to do the same to me as everybody else has always done to me, because I've always been trapped that way, okay? Which it normally comes down to, yeah, so you've got a Knight of Pentacles, because it normally comes down to, which is what it's about, you see, when you don't blame the universe and you literally understand your lessons as a lesson, because it's like the ticking karmic tie, it's always grading within retrograde. It always grades you on your path of where you are, okay? So you become more relaxed and more stable. So when you gain that, you realise that things from the past are in the past because that's where they're supposed to stay, because they're in the past as a lesson. You learn to drop that lesson because you then become more wise, like the Queen of Wands. You learn that through ascension, okay? So then you learn to drop defenses. You learn not to be so defensive, because then if you can't open up, you can't receive anything, okay? If you don't open up, you can't give anything. So what would be the point in being stuck for the rest of your life, okay? So when you learn that, basically, that energy flow, then you start to create more stability within yourself, okay? And then you have offers. But then, because you broaden your perspective of life, you know, that's the wand of action that's held there, okay? So it could be something to do with travel or communication, okay? Communication with the world cycles, but feeling more energetically free, okay? But let's see, retreat. So retreat could be something to do with Virgo, but retreat is basically inner reflection. Could be depression, but inner reflection, guidance. Tell me more about the Hermit. The Hermit. Yeah, so independence. Teaches us about independence. See, when we have time to inner reflect, it teaches us to be free. Okay, when you're free falling and free flowing, you become abundant. Okay, because you feel free, because you're karmic free. Okay, this also relates to, I mean, it's, you know, healing as well. It's like garden healing, healistic. But that's also someone guiding you towards that kind of direction. Okay, or you could be retreating from a Virgo or to a Virgo. Let's have a look at the nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, so you've got Earth sign energy. So you've got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. That's more grounded and stable. So through inner reflection and freedom, you're becoming more relaxed, caring and nurturing. Okay, probably takes a retreat, can mean a guide, can mean the Fool as well. Retreat, because that's like a spiritual retreat. Okay, because the Fool disconnects himself from karma. He disconnects himself from it through wisdom. Okay, so he becomes a guide, like the Hermit. Okay, and then when you learn freedom, you feel karmic free. So then things come to you karmic, well, not karmically, but they come to you like within law of attraction. So that's also law of attraction. But that's just someone that's caring, nurturing, giving, you know, wants kind of like pregnancy or something grounded and committed, something stable. Okay. Could have Leo in their chart. Could have Leo in their chart, but it doesn't, you know, it doesn't always have to be. Queen of Pentacles, tell me a little bit more about the Queen of Pentacles. So the truth sets you free. Truth sets you free. I mean, and then it brings in opportunity. Opportunity. So it can just mean that you're cutting yourself free, you know, to become more grounded and stable in order to gain clarity of your own mind. And that can be the sword of truth. You know, when we have great connection with the Akashic records, the truth is spoken to you regardless, because you're connecting to the higher mind. Okay, your spirit guides fly when you're spiritually protected, right? Your guides basically fly around and they come back to you with information. That's why you're clairvoyant and a healer, because you heal it and you hear. So you hear from the higher perspective of spirit guides, or yourself, of what was written before within karmic cycles of 3, patterns of 3, past life, this life, next life. It relates to calling in soulmates because it guides you to where you're supposed to be, because you're listening to universal energy, but you're listening to yourself. Okay, as you start to listen to yourself more, you start to become more self-reliant and independent. Okay, independent. So then you become more grounded and stable. And then you kind of like hear the truth of what the truth is. It's either spoken to you, or if it's not, within karma, where it comes back around, it basically gives you the truth of where you just guide yourself forward. You take your own fool's journey and you go forth regardless. Okay, that's why it creates law of attraction. But that's like also dropping control issues, because that's like cuts away the sword of codependency. You know, it cuts that out. So it cuts out the codependent parts of behaviour of your own family issues or yourself, of what you need reflection work on. But let's take more of a look at the two of Swords. Two of Swords. Where is your ex? Two of Swords. Well, there's too many. Two of Swords. Two of Swords. So you've got the Tower and the Hangman. So that's that is narcissism. You know, that's also something that I'm dealing with in my family too. You know, that's someone that blames, blame, comes in, takes something. Okay, anything, can literally be anything within family. Oh, I need this from you. I need you to stay in and do this, and then, you know, just won't. It doesn't matter what you do. I don't want to go into my family situation, but okay, they kind of put a bit of control into your hands, and you say, well, I can do this and I'll do that. You know, that's fine. Don't worry. They start an argument. You don't want to join in, but if you don't join in, that's not good enough, and it starts anyway. If you do have an argument, that's good enough, because it just causes a row, which is like pointless to me. But so they say, well, okay, well, I'll do this, or I'll do the cooking, I'll do the cleaning, I'll kind of go and do the Christmas dinner and all that kind of stuff. Great. And then as soon as you've got control, before you know it, someone's rushing in to do literally everything before they do something else to take that away from you of what you decided that you wanted to do for yourself, basically. That you was quite capable of doing it yourself, but the moment they know that you are capable of doing it yourself, they come back and take it away from you, basically. And that can be anything. So then they leave you stuck, confused. Okay, causes an argument, causes the tower, can be awakening, but it's just the destruction of anything within yourself. It causes you to fight, causes you to explode. It causes the home life or family life or relationship, whatever you look into, it just completely self-destructs, and it just makes you feel trapped and stuck. Not changing, not transforming, you know. So this kind of energy here is what I don't participate in, you know. I mean, that's the Pisces card also. You know, but that's something that's kind of also happening within my family that I don't indulge in, and I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't, because that's just control. That's control. And you know, my parent, my you know, has never changed. Has never changed, and she's now 70 odd, and has always been the same. So yeah. That's kind of the situation, Pisces. I do hate reading for Pisces. But, yeah. But it looks good, Pisces. You know, it does in certain ways. It's just learning, growth and learning, periods that we have to go with. You know, we have to go with it because it's part of our path in order to learn of independence, of how people need to be more independent within themselves. Okay, you find that and you don't join into that array, and then you just find more clarity and relax, be able to retreat and do whatever you want, really, you know, and you guide yourself. But either way, whether that fits with you or not, Pisces, but if there is a song, it'll be in the description, okay? But if you want a private reading, that's also in the link below. 222 on the clock, or 223, okay? All right, guys, cheers, peace. Happy Boxing Day.